You can hear my voice, can't you? Please tell me all about yourselves. Tell me about my children. I understand. Then you two shall go forth. The world will change to one where death cannot be forgotten. So please, I ask that you remember my children.
Let's see. Where was it?
But a lecture? Why me?
Please! It has to be someone from Class Zero!
There must be someone better for this, no?
We just need someone who can hit all the important points.
Please!
Please?
I'm begging
I
you!
don't know.
Please!
Hey! Out of my way!
Nine, what are you doing?
What are you laughing at?
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes, quite a surprise,
Oh.
no?
So, tell us what happened after that.
Well,
Oh,
3 days later,
yeah?
it came back as if it had never been gone.
Yeah! That's very... Huh? What's wrong?
One must be well versed in logic and reason.
Somebody
Ergo,
stop him,
it is
please.
vital that, excuse me, our conversation is not over. Essentially, through diligent study and application of body and spirit. Now, let's begin.
The commander's here.
Oh, we'll have to continue this later.
Forget about it. Ace! Ace!
Ace. Ace. Are you awake?
Yeah, that's right. The war is over.
I wonder if we're going to die.
Oh, I'm afraid of dying.
Oh boy. This really hurts.
Yeah.
It is quite painful.
What's with you? I thought you were ready to die.
But
I'm not ready.
I'm scared. Yeah.
I can't stand it.
thank you.
It really hurts.
I don't want to die.
This is the end?
Why does it have to be so?
Walk on, wandering souls, for your respite we pray. Let our humble song clear your hearts of dismay. Rekindle the flame in your souls and set you free. So walk on and become the light that guides the way.
You never go past that part, do you?
That's the only part Ace knows.
I'm not crying anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, the war is over now, right?
That's right.
Well then, let's think about what comes next.
Next? We don't have a next.
But we're free to think about it. Sync.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Then let's think of a future. A big, happy future.
What should we do first? Any suggestions?
I want to invite Mother on a trip to Concordia and Milites.
Don't you think you've been to both of those places enough times on our campaigns?
We're not going there to fight. We're going there just for fun.
Yeah, I like it. For once, we'll finally be able to take it easy. And so will Mother.
Then we're just gonna have to draw up a proper itinerary.
That's our class leader, always micromanaging.
Since when am I the class leader?
Okay. So what do we do when we get back from our trip?
Let's see. How about we study something else besides fighting?
What?
Huh?
More studying and
Sheesh.
tests?
Enough already, yo.
But this time, it won't be about learning to use weapons or magic.
So, what do we study? Is there anything that's not fighting?
Well, we could read fables about the founders of Orients. Or study all about how flowers bud and bloom. All we've ever known is war. We have so much left to learn.
Huh?
Does that even count as studying? Although, it does sound interesting.
Good, and then what do we do when we're done studying? What do we do way in the future?
Way in the future? Like how long?
How about like 10 years later?
Huh?
10 years, you say? I can't even imagine.
I'm sure that no matter what we do, it will be great as long as we're together.
Yeah, life would definitely be fun. I just know it.
Yes, I would agree with that.
But you never know what will happen in the future, right? So I think we should just stay in the moment. You know what I mean?
Oh. Is that why I heard you whisper that you never want to grow up?
Wait, what the hell?
I'm so glad. I'm not alone. Not at all.
There we have it, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the ending of Final Fantasy Type-0. So we get pretty much a happy ending as only Square Enix can provide. I mean, I'm trying to think of, I mean, even though Rem and Machina effectively died, right? They fulfilled their focus and turned into Crystal. Rem already had an incurable illness, and Machina basically just wanted to be with Rem, so now they turn to Crystal and they're together forever. We've changed the whole thing about, you know, not being able to remember people after they've passed on. So even though that's scary at first, at least people can, leave a legacy behind and be remembered by others once they're gone, which is nice. Which is the way it has always been for us, and the way it will be for these guys in this game. But yeah, overall, I quite enjoyed this game. I mean, I can't say that I loved it or anything, but it definitely had its good moments. The final chapter was pretty good, despite the disappointments of Chapter 7. But all in all, I think it was nice, and I always try to remember it in the context of it being a PSP game. I mean, yes, I'm playing it on PS4, but you have to remember that it came out, 6 years ago? And it came out on a handheld system. So when you put it into that context, it's a fantastic game. Obviously, if you try to compare it to other, console JRPGs, then obviously it's a little bit different. But it's definitely some good stuff in this game, and it was worth playing. I'm glad I did play it by the end of it. And I'm glad that I finally finished recording this. It's taken me a long time. Obviously, now that I have my new kind of work schedule, so YouTube is gone back to kind of being something that I could only do in my free time. So playthroughs take longer than I'd like, but I managed to make it in the end. So this is like the first full playthrough that I've done of a game since I've moved to Turkey. So it's got that going for it, which is nice. So yeah, thank you all for joining me for this playthrough. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's never easy to watch someone who's playing a game for the first time, especially if you've played it yourself before. So those of you guys already know the game well. Thank you for bearing with me on this, because I'm sure there's a lot of times where you're just screaming at your screen for me to say something in particular or do something differently or whatever. But that's what happens with these kind of things. I did my best. And yeah, that's all I've got. I will hopefully be joining you guys for any potential Final Fantasy that comes out in the future. I'll always be, ready to try out any Final Fantasy game. I don't care. I don't care if it's Final Fantasy 13-4, Despite all the bad rep that the more recent Final Fantasy games have got, they always have a special place in my heart, so I'm always willing to give it a go, just in case it turns out better than I expected. So, depending on how things go, I've said it millions of times before, I've always had the intention to play through the 3 Final Fantasy 13 games, but there's always that copyright problem, and I just haven't been able to get a concrete answer from Square Enix about it. But all the evidence points towards them no longer caring too much about YouTube, and copyright and all that kind of stuff, which is nice, but they're always on top of that Final Fantasy 13, and they just will not remove that content ID scanning from any videos of that game. So in that sense, it's difficult to upload, but we'll see what happens. I might investigate again and give it another go, and if it works out, then I will be joining you guys for Final Fantasy 13. And if that doesn't work out, then that means that I may try Final Fantasy 12, but it's not guaranteed. And longer into the future, we still don't have a concrete release date for Final Fantasy 15, but it's likely that there's still a while before that comes. So I'd like to play through another Final Fantasy game or two before we get there, but we will see what the future holds. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Hold on.
Hey! Wake up! I said, wake up! Please wake up!
A new time has come. To the weak and foolish, to those who endured, to those who made mistakes, to those who fought, a new day has dawned.
History left them behind. But we know them.
We are right here.
So we get to see Markin's tears and his love for the cadets. You don't know what you've had until it's gone, my friend. You know what? This crossed my mind that it was actually Class Zero that died, and it was Markin and Rem that were brought back to life, but they convinced me that it was the other way around. Because when she said, "Remember my children," then I thought to myself, well, Class Zero had died, but the way the final scene played out, I thought, oh, it was the other way around. Like I said, I'm not shocked by this, but it kind of threw me off a little bit. Okay, so that was the true ending after the initial credits. So, it said we are here. Does that mean they've moved on to like another realm? I guess in Final Fantasy games they like to always have an idea of another realm, like another life, beyond the one that you see within the game. So, I don't know, it's that kind of bittersweet ending that you have in many Final Fantasy games. They never tend to give you a kind of straight up 100% happy ending. So Markin and Ren got their kind of fairy tale ending where they ended up together despite everything. And I would assume that Ren has probably recovered from whatever situation she had before her health condition. And I guess at least you can say that the cadets kind of ended up saving the world. Their sacrifice is going to be remembered by those who knew them, and yeah, well, at least they're going to move on to whatever the next adventure is together. So yeah, pretty strong ending, and I have nothing more to add from what I said previously. So yeah, I will leave you guys with the rest of the credits. Thanks for watching. Take care. Wow, there we go. So definitely know that Markina got his happy ending with Rem. But then again, he saved the world. What? I mean, the cadets saved the world more than he did. He became a Lycée and almost screwed up everything, so I'm not really sure. Oh, thank you for that. I got a B grade for the final mission, yes. Amazing. Crucible survived, 12. Platinum gloves now available. Great. Auric hourglass. At least everyone played their part in the final boss battle as well. 800 Phantom with Ace, Oracle's Codex. That must be something good. 800 Phantom is a lot. Oh. Phineas is like, you're fucked. You have discovered a hidden historical record. You have unlocked the hidden historical record chapter of truth. Yes. Gold trophy. Yay. Alright, so everything's been set up for another playthrough in the future, which I will... There's a 98% chance I probably won't have time for, but at least it's there if I ever want it. If anything, I'll probably have to go back and play little bits and pieces when I'm trying to upload the movie version. And we're back. So, yeah, this is the kind of game where being able to read through the history and stuff would definitely help. Anything to do with the Fabula Nova Chrysalis stuff, it really requires a bit of reading around to fully grasp everything that's going on, because I've got ace level 37, times completed 1, blah blah blah. It's a pretty sick thumbnail as well, I have to say. So yeah, that's the dealio. It was a fun ride, and hopefully I will join you guys with another Final Fantasy at some point in the future. I'm thinking like well into the summer though. I mean, it's unlikely I'll start a new Final Fantasy anytime soon. And the new Final Fantasy that I start, either it's going to be the 13 trilogy or it's going to be 12, depending on how things go. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Once again, I will see you guys for the next one. Take care.